Please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. What's up, everybody? Me and Shiggy aren't doing any antique hunting this weekend, and I've been wanting to show you my high voltage sign collection for a while now. So I've got high voltage signs from all over the world. Some are over 100 years old. Some have some really cool graphics and lots of history attached to them. I've been collecting them along with insulators and bottles and other stuff since I was a kid. So I have a big collection of them. Pretty crazy, but lots of cool ones. So let's check them all out. All right, guys, I guess we'll start up here. Here's a Montana power sign. It's just painted metal and it's really rare. Only a handful survived, maybe like 3 or 4 known. Most of them rusted away, so it's amazing that any survived. Someone who worked for the power company probably took it home and it was never outside. It was made by the Veribright Signs Company from Chicago. Most of these were used and found in Michigan. They come in different color patterns. There's like a green and white one also, and another green one, and this one. I love the lightning bolts around the border. This is probably my favorite sign in my collection. These were used in early steel mills. They were some of the very first warning signs made, some of the very first high voltage signs. Some date back to the late 1800s and early 1900s. This one's really cool. It's from the American Steel and Wire Company. I love the skull on it. You gotta love that. That's my favorite sign. This green one here is from California. Here's another very rare Electrica sign used in American steel mills to warn all the different immigrants working in the mills that spoke different languages. These come in, I think, 4 different voltages, and they're all really rare. There's only a handful of each one. So they're also one of the most desirable high voltage signs there is. Here's one from California. It's an early one. Here's another one from California. I like the shape, the triangle. This one here is from Texas, Dallas Power and Light Company. Here's another one from California. Another cobalt blue porcelain sign. This one here is from India. Love the skull on it. This green one here is from California also. I found this one on an old tower here in Georgia. And this one's from New York. It's just painted metal. This one here is really cool. I love the skull and crossbones with the lightning bolts and the high voltage on it. It looks like it was made for a tower. It's probably maybe from around World War II. I got it from someone in Italy, so I have no idea the history on it, but it's the only one I've ever seen. And I love it, it's so cool. This one here, it's a porcelain sign from the Detroit Edison company. I love the $25 reward on it. It definitely has that 1930s look to it with the lettering, I would say. I love that. Here's one that was made for the United States Steel Corporation. I love the skull and crossbones and the lightning bolts. This one here is from Chicago. It was used on the L line. I think it's probably from the 1950s maybe. Here's one from Belgium, possibly from around World War II, I guess, maybe. I love it because it has a skull and crossbones, but it also has a pole with insulators. And this dude with a beret riding the lightning. Here's the very first sign I ever found when I was a kid along the Union Pacific Railroad in Colorado. It says Union Pacific Railroad 2,300 volts. It's a wooden sign. This one here just says private property, no trespassing, Con Ed Co. Here's the only fake sign I have. I found it at an antique market, but I knew it would look great with my insulator collection. But it's not old. It's just like a fantasy, you know, sign that they made with a ready kilowatt guy. It still looks good, but it's not old. Here's a rare one, the only one I've ever seen. I've seen a different telephone company sign that looks the same that Bill Sutliff has, but this is the only Cincinnati and Suburban Bell Telephone Company sign that I've seen. It's amazing that it survived. It probably was on the door there at the company building, and somebody saved it. I love it, it's so cool. This one here is from New Zealand, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right. I love it too, it's cool. Here's a Burdick sign from Chicago. Here's a sign I found just hanging on a fence at an old mill. It's a smaller sign. Here's my hand, but I like it, it's a pretty early one. And this one here is from Russia. I like the color. Shade of blue is pretty. Here's some more signs down here. early porcelain high voltage sign. It's really thick glaze. It was made by the Safety First Supply Company in Pittsburgh. Love that one. Here's a Stonehouse sign. It's just a painted metal sign. And I like this sign here. It's just painted metal. Says no trespassing. The Hartford Electric Light Company from Connecticut. All right, moving along here. I like this one. It has that 30s look to it with the lettering. Porcelain. Danger, high voltage. Here's one from Poland on the lightning bolt. Here's another blue one from California. And I like the graphics on this one from Ohio. Dayton Power and Light Company. Love that. Here's a hard one to find from California. It's an early one, early porcelain sign with the tower number. You don't see many of them around, and usually they're pretty damaged when you do see them. I touched this one up a little bit. It has some chips on it, so it still looks good. Here's one from the 19-teens or 20s. It was made by the Stonehouse Sign Company, and it is just painted metal. It's amazing it survived. It supposedly was found at a mill in Ohio. It's really cool. Super rusty, but really cool that it's here and didn't get thrown out. I love all the different languages on it. Copyright 1915. That's one of my favorites. I love it. I love the details on the hand too. Really cool. This one here I got from France. I love the skull and crossbones and the lightning bolts on it. Here's a black and white high voltage sign from California. It's a tough one to find in black and white. They're usually green and white. And this one's from the Pacific Gas and Electric Company. Alright. This one here is from New England Power Company. This one here came from Ohio. I've only seen a couple of those. This one here is from California. It's green and white. Sorry for the glare. This one says Bonneville Power Administration. Off high voltage. Here's another one from California. Here's a more modern sign. This one here still has all the grime and dirt on it from an old mill or factory. I love this sign here. It's from the Florida Power and Light Company. It's a bigger sign. I love that one. And this one here next to it's blue porcelain. It's got some nice weathering on it. This one here's from England. And this one here's from Turkey. Love that. Here's some more signs. This one here's from Russia. Here's another one from California. Sorry for the glare, guys. And this one's also from California. And here's another Florida Power and Light sign. Pacific Power sign, painted metal. It's an early one. Full of skull and crossbones. This one is neat. It was given out by Radio Lab in the 1930s. It's like a cardstock like poster that they gave out, and I made the little frame for it. It was a little rough around the edges, so it's really cool. I've seen a handful of these. These keep out signs here, like this one, were once used all over Georgia on Georgia power substations, but most of them are gone now. They changed out the fences and over time and redid all the substations. This one here is from the Consumer Power Company. And I think I got this one from England. This one is cool here. It's an early one from the 20s. It was made at the Baltimore Enamel and Novelty Company in Baltimore, Philadelphia. I really like that sign. It's nice. Nice early glossy porcelain sign that was probably used inside somewhere, so it survived in such nice condition. And I just got these two signs not too long ago. I love this one here. It's from the San Diego Gas and Electric Company. I like the colors on it. And this one's from Poland. Love the skull and crossbones. The lightning bolt. I recently got this sign from the Lock Insulator factory in Baltimore. They're tearing it all down and redeveloping the area, so I was lucky to get this. I know it's more modern, but I still like it's from the insulator factory. It's not a high voltage sign, but it goes good with my insulator collection. This poor old beat up sign is from Argentina, I believe. Here's another Electrica sign I have. An early porcelain sign using the steel mills. Here's just an overview of my whole collection in my insulator room. The signs really look great with the insulators. I see I forgot this sign here. Forgot to show you. Caution, don't shoot it. Cut cables, wires, or insulators. Michigan Bell Telephone Company. Here's some of my signs here. Some of my bottles and insulators. Telephone sign that Sugar got me. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Keep watching for more antique hunting and insulator collecting and anything else we like to do. Until next time, see ya.